I think the first question was, do I think that PFS is a meaningful endpoint here? You know, not absolutely. I think PFS is a meaningful endpoint. There was a 34% reduction in risk of progression or death. The hazard ratio was 0.66, and the curve separated early and stayed separated. All of those things demonstrating the benefit was seen over the course of the trial. The other secondary endpoints, response, disease control, as well as time to response and duration, were also positive in favor of sotorasib. Remember that sotorasib is oral, daily, versus IV once every 3 weeks. You lose your hair with docetaxel. Patients don't lose hair with sotorasib, for example. There are a lot of subtle ways that this presentation shows how much better quality of life is for patients, and the patient-reported outcomes also show that. The other question was, why is the data of CodeBreaK 200 not quite as good as the data from CodeBreaK 100? Well, you know, 'twas ever thus, right? We always see as we go from a single-arm trial in a select phase 1 population to a randomized phase 3 trial that there's going to be a little bit of decline in the data or the efficacy markers. It is of interest that CodeBreaK 100 was enrolled largely in the US, and CodeBreaK 200 was a global trial with representation all over the world.
Thank you, Melissa. So we have a question in fifth line.
Yes, another question for Dr. Johnson. I'm a little puzzled about the study design because you said that the trial was not powered to detect overall survival, and I'm wondering why it's an endpoint at all if the study's not powered to detect it.
Yeah, thanks for that question. So the trial was initially twice as big, 600 versus 300, and when the CodeBreaK 100 data read out, the FDA suggested strongly that the trial be amended to reduce the number of patients enrolled by half, so that it would decrease the number of patients randomized to docetaxel. And in so doing, 650 down to 330, we lost power for overall survival. Oh, sorry, the other thing that the FDA asked for was crossover, and so crossover was instituted.
Thank you. We have a question from the virtual audience, so from Jacob Plath. So please, Jacob.
Yes, hello, Jacob Plath from Evaluate Advantage in London. Another question for Dr. Johnson, please. Something that a key bit of information that had been withheld from the abstract was that you in fact had cases of drug-induced liver injury in CodeBreaK 200. How close are you to Hy's law being triggered in this study, please?
I heard the first part of the question pertaining to liver injury. I didn't hear the second. Can you enunciate a little bit more clearly?
Sorry, just in light of the drug-induced liver injury, how close are we to seeing Hy's law being triggered?
Oh, not close. We reported in CodeBreaK 100 as well as in CodeBreaK 200. The safety signal was pretty similar between the two. There was 10 to 20% that hit grade 3, but it was amenable to dose reduction and dose hold followed by restarting.